Why humans are evil and funny monkeys. Hi. For the longest time, a question about our nature has bothered me. Why are we capable of such cruelty while simultaneously capable of such compassion and care? I've just never been able to imagine crossing that line into causing harm. So today, we're going on a deep dive into how I've answered this question for myself, why we're wired this way, how history reflects it, and what it means for our growth. 1. The illusion of separation. Humans evolved with an instinct to survive. Part of survival is creating separation, not just from nature, but from each other. Even within our own minds, we create walls to protect our waking consciousness. This is, I think, the root of cruelty. To hurt, to dominate, you first dehumanize the other. We build systems, hierarchies, and justifications on top of this separation to avoid guilt. Think about eating animals. How could you ever hurt something you empathize with? The more separation we create in our hearts, the less we see ourselves in the other, and the more we can hurt and dominate it. It's why we can lovingly pet our cat while silently condemning the cow in the fridge. Sorry, Mr. Moo, your dinner. Fluffy, your royalty. 2. The cocktail of human nature. Separation alone isn't enough. Fear, greed, power, and the raw drive to survive combine into a cocktail of human behavior. History proves it. Wars, oppression, exploitation, repeat. Mechanism is simple. We're wired to protect ourselves, and when empathy is blocked by separation, cruelty becomes a survival strategy. Drunk on power, we justify our actions, and later, conveniently, we separate ourselves from them. Humans are masters at avoiding accountability. Reflection, responsibility, optional. Hypocrisy, a cultural pastime. Yet, the truth is staring us right in the eye. Imagine walking around with a cocktail shaker in your brain. A dash of fear, a splash of greed, and a sprinkle of ego. Shake well and voila, instant history lesson. 3. Reflections in extreme situations. This mechanism shows up even in extreme survival scenarios. When someone is kidnapped or threatened, building an emotional channel, showing your story, revealing your humanity can actually protect you. We've all heard the rule. Make them see you as human. Even a tiny recognition of the other's reality can create hesitation, a pause, a chance to survive. On a deep level, unity or recognition of the other overrides separation. Even in extreme fear, empathy and understanding can pose cruelty. Humans carry the same mechanism unconsciously in everyday life, shaping relationships, social interactions, and society. It's like creating an invisible do not harm sign. Works for kidnappers, works for your annoying coworker too. 4. Historical context. Looking at history, institutions, governments, churches, empires have capitalized on this human wiring. Control through guilt, manipulation, and exploitation of separation is an old trick. The confessional in the Catholic Church, not just about redemption. It was a tool for controlling populations, for forgiving atrocities and maintaining order. Power structures, if one pillar falls, the whole system trembles. As Game of Thrones quote memorably puts it, the faith and the crown are two pillars that hold up this world. One collapses, so does the other. While fictional, it mirrors centuries of European history. Humans repeat patterns of cruelty not because we're uniquely evil, but because the mechanisms are structural and systemic. Seems humans figured out early, if you make people feel guilty enough, they'll follow anything. Basically, the first ever subscription service, sign up for eternal guilt, only one soul per lifetime. 5. Animals versus humans. Compare humans to animals. Animals pay the price up front. They act, survive, evolve without scheming or credit systems. Humans, however, manipulate, avoid, and escape consequences. Humans fight over parking spaces, argue over gluten-free trends, and hold toilet paper. Squirrels? They just survive and steal your nuts. Animals seem free of karma. They don't run on credit, they pay physically and emotionally upfront. And this isn't about lack of depth. Pets grieve when their owners die. They just don't overcomplicate survival the way we do. 6. Evolution through discomfort. Here's the lesson. Survival is no longer our primary goal. Once survival is secured, the journey becomes expansion. Discomfort, challenges, and friction are gifts. They are energy for growth. When our goal is constantly comfort, we miss the opportunity to transform. Hardships, collectively or individually, are fuel for evolution. Manifestation isn't about comfort, it's about transmuting struggle into strength. Your pain, obstacles, and discomfort are energy you can channel into growth. If you don't use it, it's wasted. Think of every problem as a gift wrapped in a scorpion-infested box. Open it and your evolution begins. Call to reflection. So yes, maybe we're cruel, funny monkeys at our core, wired for survival. But survival is no longer the point. The real journey begins when we step voluntarily into discomfort, embracing challenges as gifts rather than obstacles. In this, we see that nothing is truly separate. Each difficulty is energy for growth, an opportunity to evolve beyond survival wiring, and a chance to choose which side of ourselves we cultivate. True evolution of humanity isn't comfort, isn't avoidance. It's the conscious transformation of struggle into strength. Face yourself raw, take accountability without flinching, and suddenly the hardest path becomes the obvious one. Survival? Already covered. Expansion? That's the game now. Thank you so much for watching.